This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen and Kokado's Healthy Cuisine.
Let's face it, parenting can be a recipe for disaster, especially when it comes to our own diets. Between sleepless nights, chaotic schedules, and endless demands, it's easy to forget about our own nutritional needs. But today, we are putting parents' nutrition back on the menu. Join me for a conversation about meal planning, self-care, and why prioritizing our own health is the key to being better parents. Joining us in the studio is Mrs. Amanda Nketsiah. She is a nutritionist, a mom of 3 wonderful girls, and the managing director of Kokado's Healthy Cuisine. Stick with us.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen and Kokado's Healthy Cuisine.
Welcome back, and let's just say a quick thank you to our sponsors at Kokado's Cuisine. Kokado's has smoothies, Greek yogurts, parfait, granola, wraps, everything healthy. Just call or text them on 0541 022 896. We are also sponsored by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchenware. They have everything you need to make life in the kitchen comfortable and easy for you. Please call or WhatsApp them on 0208 759 436. Now, the conversation is about to start, so please subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Like, comment, and share with your friends and family. Ms. Nketsiah, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You look beautiful as always.
I like your shoes.
You didn't have to, because you knew I was going to say something about your shoes.
Thank you.
How have you been?
Very well, thank you. How have you been?
So, not bad. I mean, with the grace of God, we say that everything is
good.
all right then. So, we are going to have a series of conversations, not only today. I mean, you're going to come back so that we speak about nutrition for the entire family. But today I want us to start with parents. Before we are able to raise healthy kids, we have to be healthy ourselves. And I must say, you are one of the people that you are actually leading by example in this area. I can see it's so visible because I know you personally. Before we even go into nutrition, I want to start with exercising. If I am eating right and I'm not exercising as a parent, doesn't matter.
It does. It does, because we are not only exercising. From your question, I would like to presume that you are referring to weight management.
Weight management generally, yeah.
Yes. But we don't only exercise because of our weight. The primary thing is for the heart, to keep the heart moving, keep the joints moving, the muscles active. Those are the primary goals for exercising. And then the weight management is like a icing on the cake.
You don't say.
Generally, once you exercise, you're going to have the results in your heart rate, your joints, your muscles. Then targeted exercises would then work on the body as a physical structure or stature, as it is. So if you're eating right and you're not exercising, you may eat right to look good on the outside, but along the line, you climb the staircase in a few seconds and then you're like panting, because you don't keep the heart rate moving often.
There you have it. I'm not the one who said it. Those of you who have been eating. All right then. So now let's come to parenting. A lot of parents have busy schedules. You see people who are very healthy, especially moms, very healthy, and then once they have kids, You see them in a certain way,
Yeah.
and then they'll just tell you, I don't have time, I don't have time. I just want you to help us in this area. How can busy parents, not only moms, ensure that they are eating right?
So, first of all, I believe there's a number of parents who wished that they lived a healthy lifestyle as
Yes.
per eating clean and all of that. And then would wish that their kids will pick that up from a younger age.
Yeah.
So, as a way of motivating ourselves to eat right, we could have it at the back of our mind that we are being an example unto our kids for them to emulate because the kids are watching us.
That's true.
And if you really want your child to eat healthy, then the motivation, maybe primary motivation could be that, okay, I'm doing this for my kids. If you don't have kids, you're an adult without kids, right? Then the motivation is for you to do this to fulfill God's purpose on earth. Generally, because if you're not healthy enough as a pastor, as a regular Christian, as a regular Muslim, or whatever religion you belong to, if you're not healthy, you're not fit, you can't fulfill God's purpose. Imagine
True.
you had a backache, would you be here on the show?
Of course
or if I
not.
was not well, you know?
Of course
So
not.
we all have a purpose on earth, and we need to eat well to stay active, stay healthy, so we can fulfill kingdom mandate.
Wow. So now, still on the healthy eating, how can we as parents incorporate lots of fruit and vegetables? I realized that there was a time in Ghana last year, people were so broke that even motivational speakers were like, when you wake up, forget about all these light food. Find gobe and eat. That one will sustain you throughout the day. I mean, somehow, per the economy we find ourselves in and all that, and also per busy schedules, how do you think we can incorporate a lot of fruits and vegetables, into our diets as
Yeah.
parents?
So I like that you mentioned fruits and vegetables. It's okay to eat all the other meals, but the fruits and vegetables are key because they have more fiber in them. And the carbohydrates, we will definitely have it, like you mentioned, the gobe and all that. We will definitely have the carbohydrates, we will definitely have the proteins, but we most often leave out the fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
So I remember growing up, my mom would always, you can't just buy one big watermelon and finish it in a day. And you can't slice and leave the rest in the fridge. So she would peel and chop everything into bowls. And every evening when she comes home, she picks one, or you just pick one to work. I think it's the easiest way to eat watermelon.
That's
Because
true.
you're like, oh, it's just me. I live alone. I can't finish a whole piece of watermelon. But imagine you buy one piece of watermelon for the whole week. Even if it's small, fine. If it's big, you can decide to blend some, freeze the rest. But that's one easier way. Another way is to buy oranges. I'd always like to use oranges because
Yeah.
it's somewhat the cheapest fruit on the market. So you can have oranges on hand. You can buy bananas. Maybe once a week, buy a bunch. And then as you consume it, that's your fruit intake for the week. Depends on your family size as well. So those are other ways we can do that. For the vegetables, you can decide to either buy a ready-made salad from Cocados, of course.
Of course.
Because we make the cleanest salad as per
Yeah,
no
I can attest
junk
to
and
that.
all of that. It's just regular healthy veggies you're having
Yeah.
and your proteins
Yeah.
and of course a healthy dressing. So yes, you can have your salad from elsewhere or incorporate it in your meal. Another way to do that is to decide that maybe one day in the week, say your day born, if you are Ifia or Kweku or Ama, you decide on that day you're going to eat a whole meal of salad or a smoothie. So breakfast could be a smoothie, and then dinner could be a salad, and then eat your regular meal for lunch. So whether you're ampisi, your gobe, wache, banku, whatever it is, you can have that for lunch. So that could be an easier way for us to go around
okay.
it. Because if you say you don't have time, it's the easiest excuse we can all make.
It's true.
But you don't have time to eat right. Every day you keep postponing. But once it's time to, excuse my language, fall sick, you
have
find time, join the queue at the hospital. Even if it's an appointment, you're still going to spend an hour or two at the hospital. You are going to use dedicated time to take your medication. And in taking the medication, some medications need a dedicated meal. So if it's an antibiotic, you're not eating eggs, you're not eating milk, If it's malaria, anti-malaria drugs, you're eating heavier meals, more fat and all of that. So if you're able to do that for such situations, why not just make it a lifestyle?
The thing
To
is,
make
you
it
ask
easier.
yourself the number of minutes it takes to make banku and the number of minutes it takes to cut a whole pineapple.
Yeah.
We are just doing ourselves. Then, I know the question will always come back to how full people feel
Yeah.
with that. So, I don't know, could you say something about how you can still feel full on that diet?
So the goal, it depends on your goal. You could do baby steps every time. That means taking a bit every time. Or you could just decide, okay, I'm going to go all out, eat junk, and I'll do a detox, a 5 days detox or a 7-day detox or whatever it is. Or you decide, okay, like I mentioned, to have a whole meal on your day born.
Yeah.
So then that means you're eating a whole meal on that day. If you're eating a whole meal,
Yeah.
then you should make sure you're having a balanced one. That means you're having your proteins in there and then your vegetables. The protein could be plant-based or animal-based. The vegetables already have carbohydrates in them. Every vegetable has carbohydrates in them in different ratios. Right. So make sure if you're having it as a whole meal, then there's enough protein in there.
But that one day will even make a difference.
Which one?
That one day
That one
throughout
day.
the whole
Well,
week.
that's why I would rather call it a lifestyle
Yeah.
than call it a diet. Because,
Okay.
and then it's also another reason why you're like, I lose weight today, I gain it tomorrow. Or I feel fine today, my cholesterol has come again. Or my sugar is high again. Because once you feel fine, then you go back to eating regular. But if the healthy eating is a lifestyle for you, just as you'd always wear a belt on your trouser, or just as you'd always wear an earring whenever you're going out, decide that you'd
The
always
men
have,
too, just as you wear a pair of shoes.
yeah, so the belt for the men.
For the
and
men.
yes,
Oh,
exactly.
yes,
So,
of course.
so if you're able to do that religiously, you never leave your car keys in the house without the car. And then move the car without the keys, So you're able to do all these other things religiously and consciously. We should be able to also decide that healthy eating should be part of our conscious lifestyle. Lifestyle means that it's a part of
Part
you.
of you.
Exactly.
It's part of your daily routine.
Yes.
Now, wow, that's true. I hope you're taking notes. Let's talk about portion control.
So portion control is fantastic in the sense that if you are able to reduce your regular portion, so say on a regular you eat 6 pieces of yam or 2 balls of banku, you can decide to eat 1 ball of banku or 4 pieces of yam. What happens is that we all already have a store of sugar or fats in our system. No matter how slim or fat or big you are, we all have a portion of that stored in the body. That's how come when you have not eaten for a while, you don't die. Nobody ever dies of hunger. You go die
True.
of thirst, but
Thirst,
not of
yeah.
hunger. So we all have that stored in there. So you're doing portion control basically because you don't want to add up to what is already stored in your body. And so the goal for portion control is to lose weight over a steady period, right? Or probably you just want to, give yourself a break from digesting too much food. So the less portion you have, the less work the body has to do. Literally. So portion control is great. It could be in 2 forms. In the form of reducing the portion for each meal throughout the day, or taking out a number of meals throughout the day and then eating just a reduced number. So say like the intermittent fasting,
Yeah.
taking out breakfasts and probably lunch, or taking out breakfast and dinner and then eating just 1 meal a day, OMAD, so 1 meal a day, OMAD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean that there are ways you can do portion control, but generally I think it's the easiest way to lose weight and maintain the weight you have lost. Overall, the goal should be to eat healthy and stay healthy, stay fit. There are big people who are healthier and fitter than slim people.
How is that?
I don't know.
Because
So,
naturally, once you are a bit overweight,
yeah.
everybody assumes. I don't eat junk, and I know how I gained this weight.
Right.
But you know, once you're a bit overweight, everybody assumes you eat a lot. So please go and do research and come and tell us why.
Generally, weight gain doesn't only have to do with food.
People don't know that.
Hormones, lifestyle, once again, how you sleep, how much sleep you have, rest, all of that is all part of why you gain weight. But like I was saying, some people it tells on the underskin. So that's where fat is laid under your skin.
Oh, okay.
So the fact that you have fat under your skin doesn't mean that your heart is not healthy or your lungs is not healthy, your joints are not healthy, because they are able to be more active and all of that. But there are people who are slim, they don't have fat under their skin, but then the heart is not healthy.
So it's not a matter of food.
No, it's not a matter of food. Healthy is healthy. Healthy means all your organs are healthy. Your mind is healthy.
Wow. Wow, I like that. So, as parents, we are always on the go, chasing toddlers, changing diapers and nappies and all that. Do you think there are specific nutrients that if we prioritize on getting as moms and dads will really help us?
So primarily nuts and leafy greens.
So examples of nuts, almonds and
granules. Let me start with our local ones.
Local ones,
yeah, so we have the granules, we have the almond nuts, there is cashew nuts. I mean, there's a number of them.
It's my recent favorites. I didn't even know I liked them till I tried them.
Yeah, but the easiest one to get is the granules. One good thing the granules will help us with is the cholesterol, because it has good cholesterol in there. Okay. The raw nuts, not the granite paste or the granite soup. Okay. So the raw nuts, because it hasn't been processed to extract the oils in it. That's what I'm saying, the raw nuts. And then the skin as well is very great with vitamin E.
So the raw nuts roasted?
Yes, roasted. I mean the whole nuts. Let me say the whole nuts, yes. So roasted, boiled, whatever, but cooked. Yes. Wabin. Yes. Exactly. So the raw nuts and the leafy greens. So that brings us back to our fruits and our vegetables. Because as we are growing older, our cells are, should I say, degenerating. They are wearing out. And the fruits and vegetables, especially the leafy greens, are able to renew the dead cells faster, and then the proteins as well. Reason being that if you eat proteins, it takes longer to digest, so it keeps you fuller for longer. So once you eat a bit of the fruits and vegetables, then you are good to go. It just goes into balance.
Oh, then that's the key. Okay.
But then again, in moderation, bearing in mind the cooking process. So if you are always eating, yes, we said proteins are good, but not the fatty, oily ones. The meat could be clean. I say clean by meaning that less fats, but the process with which it's cooked. If it's grilled, or let me say flame grilled, or if it's deep fried.
Flame as in charcoal?
Charcoal, yes, with the barbecue style. Yes. For the flame grilled, it's rather unfortunate. It gives you like the best taste.
Don't tell me it doesn't have. No, don't say it's not full of nutrients, please.
No, the protein is full of nutrients, all right. The unfortunate side is that, you know how then the fire, the smoke, all of that.
Yeah.
It's causing carcinogens.
What's that?
And these carcinogens are cancer-causing agents.
Oh no!
When I found out, I was heartbroken because I like
all the tilapia and the meat, the chicken,
the charcoal flame grilled stuff.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah. I mean the ones we love.
You know. So in moderation, I always say everything in moderation. Even the same fruits and vegetables we are encouraging ourselves to eat. You know, pesticides, all of that. But you can never take the goodness of a whole fruit or a whole vegetable from it. And the thing that gives the fruits and vegetables the higher power is the fact that it has fiber, and the fiber goes in to sweep out junk or decayed food in our system. So it just tags along and then we poop it out, tags along and we poop it out. And it helps to form bulks too, so that everything is able to, be defecated as and when or every day on a daily basis. If you realize when you have pooped frequently,
Consistently, yeah.
your fat doesn't smell.
True.
But when you haven't pooped over a while, it's that bad. Even if you poop frequently, the poop itself doesn't smell. It will just have a regular smell, but it's not stinky like that.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's like everything coming out fresh.
Oh, so
Same
that's actually healthy.
Yes. Same as when you pee and then it's white. It means, so when you haven't peed frequently, you realize it's very yellow. But once you pee frequently and it's white, it means like everything is coming out.
Wow.
We're in a season or a period where kidney diseases are on the rise. All these weird ailments are on the rise. Sometimes it's heartbreaking because you don't even know, by no fault of yours, you're exposed to it right from growing up. Medications, the kind of foods we eat. Some things could be genetic, but it doesn't mean you would have it if you are taking good care of yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to downplay anybody's efforts in trying to stay healthy or trying to lose weight, but a clean lifestyle, healthy eating can always manage any form of disease or ailment you have. So they say food is medicine.
It's true. I mean, I was recently doing research on that and I found that out. I want to ask you about the peanuts, the nuts that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Lots of people have allergies to nuts. Allergies aside, a lot of women, including myself, once we take some of these nuts, we get reactions on our faces. Even my first boy, within like 30 minutes of taking even groundnut soup, rashes all over his face. What can we do? Because if as parents we need nuts and we are reacting to them, what can we do? Or should we eat something else in place?
Yeah, so there are substitutes. And it's not only, you don't get it from only the nuts.
Okay.
Like I mentioned, the leafy greens. So leafy greens are really high in almost every nutrient or every form of mineral and vitamin. And that's how come vegans are still
surviving.
Exactly. We don't need animal protein to survive. And literally, we are all somewhat vegans because we still eat more plant-based food than animal-based. But the fact that just because we haven't said that we are not going to eat animal foods, we eat everything, which is the best way actually. You don't need to deny yourself of animal proteins because you are a vegan. You can take it in the form of it. But I mean, there are several reasons why people are vegans, and so that's fine. As long as you are getting the equivalent from the plant base, like chia seeds, flax seeds, almond nuts. I mean, everything in animal protein represents in fact plant protein as well.
Oh.
Yeah. Agushi is one fantastic.
Yeah, I like using that.
Yeah.
So, we are going to go on a break, and then when we come back, we'll delve more into healthy nutrition. And she's going to give us more tips on meal planning. I'm very, very interested in that. See you after the short break.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen and Kokado's Healthy Cuisine.
Welcome back and thank you for sticking with us. We are talking about healthy eating and proper meal planning. Here in the studio is Mrs. Amanda Nketsiah. She is a nutritionist and she's giving us expert advice. I know someone who was, very active, going up and down, and then whenever she got sad, she ate a lot, and then she would always say that, oh, I eat a lot when I'm sad, or I eat a lot when I'm stressed, I eat a lot when I'm not sleeping enough. Is there a way we can manage stress-related eating. Please tell us about that.
So, there's a saying that as a man thinketh, so
So
is
is
he.
he.
Because you think or you observed that when you are stressed, you eat and then you feel better, you have made it a norm. Doesn't mean that's the only solution to whatever is going on. God has given us the power to decide and take dominion of whatever is going on around us. It's difficult sometimes when you don't have the right environment, the right tools, resources to get such things done, right? But just as we are working and not doing some of the crazy things, excuse my language, madmen do, it's still the same conscience, the same mindsets with which we are staying sane. With wearing clothes,
Yeah.
we stay sane, we bath before we leave the house. And when we haven't done those regular things, we feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
So the fact that we are used to bathing, if you don't bath before leaving the house, you'll be so like, even nobody has told you
You'll
you're
be
not smelling
very
fresh, you feel
self-conscious.
exactly self-aware. So the same way, everything starts from the mind. Everything starts from the mind. So it's a habit. So you observed, you noticed that, oh, whenever I do this thing, it works for me. Even if you've not observed, the mind just subconsciously picks on it. And then sometimes every time you pass by this light switch after work, you always turn the light on. It's now become a part of you. So same way, we need to be able to observe our bodies, know what triggers us to feel sad. Sometimes it's external stuff, but how you manage it is what matters. I read a book called The 4 Agreements,
I've read it.
and it teaches how to manage external and internal factors, stress, emotions, and all of that. Also, Atomic Habits teaches you how things are related or attached and becomes a habit. So I recommend you read it as well if you're a listener battling with stress eating.
Yeah.
So in the light of what can I do now, identify your stress foods. If it's chocolate, if it's plantain chips, whatever it is, identify it and then just Google substitute for, or healthy substitute for XYZ. If it's chocolate, they'll tell you eat dark chocolate. But I think a very great substitute for, or a very great stress meal would be Greek yogurt.
Okay. You think it's ice cream.
So they are the same, like, except one is healthier than the other.
Yeah.
So Greek yogurts or any form of yogurts, let me just say any form of yogurts,
Yeah.
because probiotics have a way of reigniting your emotions.
Oh.
And so that's the thing that Burkina does.
Okay. No, please, not the regular Burkina. The Brooks at Cocados is what we're talking about now.
So yogurt is a great way because it gives you the whole ice cream vibe, you know.
Yeah.
You scoop, you eat, you scoop, you
Yeah.
eat. That's one way. The other way is to have juiced, frozen juices in the form of popsicles.
Popsicles, okay.
So you can freeze them, even if it's the regular low carb, but take it, make your juice tight and freeze it. So every time, I mean, if you have a freezer in your office, you can sneak 1 or 2 in there. Or if you realize your day hasn't started well, I mean, we have self-control.
Good old self-control.
You know, it may not be timely, but as soon as you get home and you think you need to do that, if you can't have it on hand, just chill. Relax, tell yourself, I'll be fine. And then you can do the matchstick thing. You blow, then you perceive. You blow, and you perceive. Like you're smelling the rose flower, you're blowing the flame. Smelling the rose flower, blowing the flame. So that's another way you can decide to manage your stress until you find your popsicle or your yogurt. Just do that. It looks crazy, but I mean,
It works,
it does, it does. So you're smelling the rose flower, you're blowing the birthday candle, let's say that. You're blowing the birthday candle.
Wow.
So, or then you can count 5 counts down, 5 to 1, and then you tell yourself, okay, I'm in control of this. I can do this. Healthy is not just with food. It's a lifestyle. So if your mindset is not healthy, that's when you end up eating unhealthy stuff. You start doing the stress eating and all of that.
Yeah.
So we must find ways to, as much as possible, make sure we have a healthy environment, healthy friendships, healthy work environment. And some of them you can't do anything about it. So then you have to readdress your mindset or your thoughts towards the thing that is happening. For instance, you have a colleague who is always like stressing you out. Decide that you're going to say, okay, I think that person is stressed out, and so I'll give the person grace, or I'll make an excuse for the person's, excuse my language, foolishness.
Yeah.
So it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
Because a rotten tomato would always destroy the next fresh tomato on the side. And now you also become toxic because someone is being toxic to you. So just find a way. I mean, like I've told you, there are 4 agreements, atomic habits.
Yeah.
And then the book, As a Man Thinketh, those 3 books.
You will add it in the caption so that you remember. You see, sometimes healthy lifestyles, they are very easy to start. I mean, before this conversation, we were talking about how I'm going to start the gym, and you said something, and I mean, it rang a bell. It's usually very easy to start these things, but the motivation and the discipline to continue. What would you say about that, as an expert in this field?
So I remember when I had always wanted to start doing fitness, I'd always make an excuse. But the moment I started wearing my fitness wear to bed, I'd always wake up. Yes. So that means you have to buy comfortable fitness wear, not the one that would make you so tight and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I sleep with it as my 90.
Wow.
And I wake up.
I was wearing it first thing in the morning. I didn't know you could sleep with it.
So I mean that was my, because once I wake up I'm on to the next, because rush hour, prep the kids, all of that. So if I'm wearing that, I do my quiet time in that. Right after, I go into my fitness. So then Atomic Habits will tell you that habit stacking.
Yes.
So attach things to things.
Yes.
So I know I'll definitely wake up, and once I wake up, I'll go on to other stuff.
Yeah.
So before I go on to other stuff, wearing this will be a reminder for me. When I'm going out of the house, I need to take something out of the house. I know I'll forget. So I'll hang it right on the handle of the door. Yeah. Or I put it right by the door. Yeah. That way I don't forget. Even if I put an alarm on my phone.
Reminder, right?
I do all of those things, but still I'll not remember.
It's not only you.
So I'll always put it by the door, hang it on the door handle, and cast. Not just putting it by the door, hang it on the door handle if it can hang, so I don't forget. So that's me stacking things so that I don't forget to do them. It's not the easiest because we get comfortable, we get used to doing things. But just as every other thing has become a habit, WhatsApp wasn't there all this while until a few years back. Yeah. But now, as soon as we pick our phone, the first app we go onto is WhatsApp.
To check,
on notifications. It has become a habit. We built it unknowingly over time. So, same way we can decide to do things consciously. There are schools of thought that will tell you, write it on a note of paper or something and stick it on your mirror or wherever you walk around the house more often. So internet is there for us. Google, find ways to stay motivated to do these things. Then another thing is, for when it comes to the eating, what you buy, what you see in your fridge is what you'd eat.
Exactly.
So if you want to eat healthy, buy healthy stuff, put them in your fridge, and you're good to go.
Exactly. And sometimes the sad thing is, some people actually start the lifestyle, see results, and still retrogress. Yeah. That's really, really very, very sad.
Adulthood is difficult.
It is, isn't it?
Adulting is difficult. But God give us the grace
to
keep going through.
Amen.
Bearing in mind that you still want to slay when you're an elderly person.
That's true. That's true. I think personally that is my motivation now. Right. Now with all the healthy choices I try to make on a daily basis, I'm like, in a few years, how will I be? I don't want my kids to mourn me before they are supposed to mourn me. I want to see my grandchildren. So so very soon we're going to end this conversation. So I want you to give us quick meal ideas, and then if you can add a whole day's meal, like a family meal for a whole day, and then that will be it.
Right. So for a family, we can everybody eats the same thing in my house. We all eat. I don't do Kwesi's own, Ama's own. No,
Okay.
we all eat the same thing.
Okay.
So we choose, since we all have preferences. We'll choose. Okay, you want to have this. Okay, we plan for it and have it tomorrow. Child A says, I want to have that. Okay, we'll have yours the day after. So in as much as we have a menu, you can still make room for the family members to make their inputs on what to eat or what we should have for that period. Then you could also decide that, okay, we all, is a standard, every Friday night is this, or every Monday is that.
Yeah.
So making like a tradition in the home. So every Wednesday we are having salads, or we're having a smoothie. Like I said earlier, you could also just have the fruits and vegetables at home. As you're passing, just keep the toothpick or the fork by the side. Just put the fork in the chopped up watermelon in the fridge. Or when you come up from the market, wash all the oranges. The kids love to help. If you don't involve them, they would lay back. Nobody ever wants to willingly come and help. But if you involve them, and I recently saw something that said, don't tell the child to come and help you do it. If you say come and help me, it's like it's your responsibility and they are helping you. So you invite them and say, come and let's work on the oranges together. Come and let's work on that together. Then they know that that is work. Already you are imbibing work habits into them. So when they grow up in the future, they know what work really means.
Yes, and they don't see it as punishment.
Exactly, yes. So you work on wash them, put them down every morning or every night, chop it into four. Don't bother peeling and making it aesthetic. If you want to make it aesthetic, you can buy the aesthetic one on the roadside and go and cut it to your house.
Yeah.
Right? We just need to be intentional. My husband always tells me, I love the word intentional. Yeah. And it's very difficult.
It is.
If you don't make an intentional effort to do it, it will never get done.
True.
I recently I heard someone say that, imagine our lifestyle today, several years down the line, being read as epistles in the Bible.
Oh, no.
So just as you are enjoying the Bible stories of how Jacob did what he did, Joseph was so diligent, they are us today.
That's true.
Someone said the prodigal son, because his money got finished, he was called a prodigal son. But today we are all abusing the resources we have. We are not being good stewards of the resources we have. True. The only difference between us and the prodigal son is that our resources are not done. It's not finished. There's always more coming from wherever it comes from. So we don't see ourselves as the prodigal child or the prodigal son going back to wherever we came from. God gave us the resources to make good use of them, dominate and multiply. So the power is in our hands to make wise decisions, no matter how difficult it is. Knowing that it's a part of humanity, we need to take the steps towards executing it.
I think this has been even more helpful for me too. The power is in your hands. I always say, you decide how you want. See, the supreme power is God. But then he has given you the power. You decide how your life goes. Thank you for staying with us through this segment. We will be back with Street Wisdom.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen and Kokado's Healthy Cuisine.
I give them paper, drawing crayons, and they play around. So when they engage, I have time for myself to do whatever I want, and it's wonderful. You see, it actually keeps them engaged, and they also become creative.
Well, for me to ask it to dodge some of the stress, what I do is that I don't give them the iPads and those things, but I get them engaged either with an organ, a violin. I recently acquired a saxophone, so either they're on the saxophone, or I want them to have something that that they can play and then learn. So I normally get them engaged on that, and then maybe while I at the time reading something or writing something or doing something.
The one hack for a stress-free day usually is when I put the Disney Junior for the kids. But there are two, so usually I put the Disney Junior on, and then I also get the tablet where they hook onto it, just so that I can have time to do other things for myself.
I remember one Saturday morning. Yeah, Mom has gone to the market. I was all alone with the kids. So I told them, do you know what goes on in the zoo? Say, yes, there are a lot of animals. I said, fine. Then I gave them all drawing books. Draw as many as you can in their cages and color them. And I think it took them 2 hours to do that for me to have my time to do my research. I think that's what, and it really worked. By the time they finished, the small girl was sleeping. Yeah, the elderly was spot on, drawing very wonderful things. And I remember the lizard, beautiful lizard. Because they have to copy from each other. Those who really don't know what to say, what to draw, have to copy from their siblings. So I think it gave me some ample time to do whatever I really wanted to do. Yeah, of course, I'm an artist, so they can all draw very well.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen and Kokado's Healthy Cuisine.
Welcome back from the break. This is a playground segment. It's my favorite segment. Mrs. Nketsiah here is a mom of 3. I am a mom of 3. We're going to see who has gathered the expertise over these years with all the experience. We'll see who dresses their doll first. I'm going to call mine. Let me just give today's doll one of my kids' names. This is Chad. This is Chadwick. How would you call yours?
Kiona.
That's Kiona. That's Kiki.
Oh, she's so
all right
cute.
then. Isn't she? Chadwick is cute too.
Yeah.
So, producer, if you give us a go ahead, we're going to start. Okay, let's go. Today, for the first time, I think I have to win. I don't know why I have never won this. Oh! How did you do that? You know what? I'm going to shut up.
Blue for boy, blue for girl.
Don't do that. Don't do the whole color thing. Auntie, Chadwick, bring your leg.
Time to dress.
Chadwick, bring your leg here. Hey! Why do I always pick the tightest? The last time I picked this one.
Hey, hello, Kiki.
Oh. Everybody around me knows I'm a good parent.
Yes, you are.
But I don't know what happens when I come on this show. Are you done?
Yippee, yippee,
No, there is something definitely wrong with this thing.
Hi, Kiki. Let's cover your bum bum. Cover your bum bum. So Chadwick will not ever see your bum bum. Cover your bum bum.
Leave Chad out of this.
Hi, Chad. Hello, Chaddy.
You're distracting me. Are you intentionally distracting me?
No, they are playing.
She's not done, is she? Is she done? She's not done.
Hello, my name is Kiki.
She's not done, is she? Okay.
Hi, Auntie Efua.
Okay. Okay, so I know that this producer likes to come and check whether we really dressed them well. Please, I am done, so come and check. Or am I wasting my time? I've just been wasting my time. Listen, don't do that. Do not do that. Do not do that. Why? Why? Thank you. We will be right back.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen and Kokado's Healthy Cuisine.
Hi, welcome back. As you can see, I'm always cheated in the studio. Even when I win, they tend to make it look as if I didn't win, but I don't really mind. I'll come back bigger and better on the next episode. Thank you for staying with us throughout this episode. Thank you to Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchenware for everything kitchen and everything clothing. Please call or contact them or 0208 759 436. They do nationwide delivery. We are also sponsored by Kokado's Healthy Cuisine. Today you have heard from the CEO herself. Everything healthy that you need in Taipei in Accra. Distance is not a barrier. Please call or text them on 0541 022 896. And now, as a thank you to our able nutritionist for taking time off her busy schedule. This is a small package. You know we can't give you cocados when you come here. You know. So thank you for making time.
Thank you too.
Yes,
I really
thank
appreciate
you. You're welcome. And we hope that you come again when we need you. Of course,
Yes,
we're going to bring
gladly.
her again. Thank you to you, our viewers, for always. We are very, very much appreciative of your time, your precious time. Please don't forget to share the link to help other people. Like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you, and see you on our next episode. This has been Efua, and this is the Two Words Moms Show.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen and Kokado's Healthy Cuisine.